In the U.S. state of Colorado, at least 10 people, including one police officer, have been killed after a man opened fire in a supermarket. Police in Boulder say the suspect has been taken into custody and is being treated for injuries. An aerial footage shows a bloodied man being escorted away in handcuffs and loaded into an ambulance. Police say an investigation has been launched. It's the second such incident to hit the U.S. in a week following last Tuesday's mass shootings in Atlanta.
There is no ongoing public threat, that we do have a person of interest in custody. That person was injured during the incident and is being treated for the injuries.
For more on the shooting in Colorado, our reporter Hendrik Sybrandy is joining us via Skype. Hendrik, we understand the investigation is already underway. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the investigation is underway, and it's going to take some time, obviously, to figure out exactly what happened at that grocery store this afternoon, what the suspect's motives might have been. All of that is totally unclear right now. We do know that about 2 o'clock this afternoon, a person approached a grocery store, the King Superstore in Boulder, Colorado, and began firing. He then went, he or she, presumably he, went inside the store and continued to fire a weapon. A number of people fell to the ground. A lot of people inside the store who were either shopping for groceries, some of them even in the store to get a vaccine, a COVID-19 vaccine. A number of those folks then ran to the back of the store and exited out the rear of the store to avoid any kind of harm. The police, big police response, as you might imagine, they surrounded the grocery store using a loudspeaker. They demanded that the person inside give him or herself up, and that eventually happened. They did take that one person out. You saw the video of the man only wearing shorts. He had no shirt on. He had blood on his leg. He was led away from the store in handcuffs. They're still calling him a person of interest, not a suspect yet. That may just be a formality, but I expect that we'll know a lot more about this in the days to come. Initial reports were that there may have been multiple fatalities, and then this evening, probably about an hour or two ago, we found out that a total of 10 people had been killed. One of those is a Boulder police officer, a 10-year veteran of the department, 51-year-old Eric Talley. People spoke very highly of him, said he was much loved through the department. Talley died apparently trying to head off any more casualties at the store. He was among the first people to be present at the store to try to avoid further bloodshed. So a total of 10 people dead, one of those a police officer, one person in custody, and presumably police are beginning what could be a very long investigation to try to figure out if this person had any accomplices and what his motive or her motive might have been in this case.
Right, well, people who were there might be very, very scared. But how is the general public in the U.S. reacting to this recent string of mass shootings, first in Atlanta and now in Boulder?
Well, it's, you know, every one of them is terrible, and obviously the reaction we've heard from what happened in Atlanta was awful. Colorado, of course, has a deep experience with these kind of mass shootings. I've covered a number of them, but of course the shooting at Columbine High School back in 1999. We also had the Aurora Theater shooting. That was about 5 or 6 years ago. Those are the two big shooting events. But people in Colorado are pretty shaken up by this and very tired of having to deal with this. And it's just an awful situation. You shouldn't have to fear going into a grocery store to get groceries or to go to get a vaccine. So it's just a terrible situation. And Colorado's been through this a number of times already and is now facing having to deal with this one more time. Not a pleasant feeling.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Hendrik Sybrandy, reporting from Colorado. You're now watching Global Watch on CGTN. We'll be right back with more breaking news. Stay tuned.